following is a presentation of the Retro Network.
Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of the Wax Pack Flashback, brought to you by the RetroNetwork.com and the Retro Network podcast channel. Also brought to you by TCDB.com. That stands for TradingCardDatabase.com. It's a site for card lovers, created by card lovers, because it's a open, what do they call that, a open platform, whatever. But people like you and me can go to Trading Card Database, upload pictures, leave comments on other card sets. You can go in there and see card sets from all years, and you can get a free account over at TCDB anytime you want one. I highly suggest after you finish watching this, you go over and check it out. Also, be sure to check us out at RetroNetwork.com, the central hub for all things Retro Network, where you can find links to all these Wax Pack videos, Jay Plays videos, other special videos on YouTube, and then, of course, all our podcasts and written features. Today, I've been gone for a little while. Jason's been having to fill in. And Jason recently picked up a box full of cards and sent me some packs. And on this past week's podcast, and I think previous podcast, he mentioned football season's coming, what of it we're going to get. And he was itching to open some football cards. And since he sent me some, that's what we're going to do today. And I picked some cards. He sent me a whole bunch of different. Alrighty. 1991 Fleer Ultra Football Trading Cards. Look at that package. Got the nice holographic mirror chrome image there. These are from 1991. Name symbol. Okay, so there's nothing about chase cards in here. This is just right at the beginning of the era chase cards. My personal experience, the Donruss Diamond King cards were considered chase cards, I guess. Adjust this camera, folks. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, this is a foil pack, not a wax pack. I might have to rename this channel to the Foil Pack Flashback. It's got a nice ring to it too, actually. But Wax Pack Flashback rhymes, so we're going to keep it. 14 cards in this, so we get a little bit of nostalgia here. Try to preserve this package as much as I can. Ooh. These things make very nice displays when you put them all in frames together. Oh, I'm upset. Fleer Ultra always had the reputation to me of being the really slick, really glossy cards. This is it's got a little bit of sheen to it, but it's not glossy. Just a cardboard stock. Pete Metzellers. Yeah. Sorry, Pete. Never tickled my fancy. Ooh, Ernest Givens. I liked Ernest Givens. Oilers wide receiver. Spent his whole career at the Oilers up to that point. Willie Gault. Willie Gault from the University of Tennessee. Once known as the fastest man in the NFL, wide receiver for the '85 Bears championship team. Had a huge play in that game, too. Willie Gault, Tennessee Volunteers back in the day. Yep, there you see. He was with the Bears up through '87, then become a Raider. Lightning quick wide receiver. Pretty good player. Ooh, David Fulcher, defensive back for the Cincinnati Bengals. David Fulcher was a menace on the field that if you were an offensive coordinator, or better yet, a quarterback, running back, or anybody responsible for trying to block this guy, you had to know where he was on the field when the ball snapped, because he would be past you in a heartbeat. He was pretty dang good. Mark Jackson, Broncos wide receiver. Been with the Broncos for a while. Never really know. Ooh, Derek Thomas. Man, one of the best linebackers to ever play the game. Kansas City Chief his whole career. Cut down in the prime of his career, too, unfortunately. Man, led the NFL with 20 sacks in 1990. He was a beast from day one. Merrill Hodge, you can see him on ESPN's football shows, or at least you could when I had cable. I'm not sure where he's at now. Not much of a player. Not much of a opinionist either. Burt Grossman, never heard of him. Norm Johnson, kicker, Seahawks. He never went on to do a whole lot either. Kevin Butler, kicker for the Bears during that '85 Super Bowl run. That dude could boom some kicks, too. Pretty freaking good as a kicker. Perry Kemp, not even a has-been. Never was. Art Monk, one of the best wide receivers ever to lace up the shoes on an NFL field, played forever for the Washington Redskins, led the league in numerous categories, numerous times, Hall of Famer, one of the best Washington's ever had. Ooh, we got an all-star. I mentioned him at the start, Bruce Smith, Buffalo Bills, defensive end. Virginia Tech Hokie, represent. 3 of 10 on these all-stars. Pretty cool. And Rich Gannon would go on to quarterback a Super Bowl for the Vikings. Played for numerous teams. Here he is as a Viking. Pretty good quarterback all around. I think this pack right here is very easy to say this would be the MVP, Bruce Smith. Little disappointed in this pack. It's not the ultra glossy cards. That's why I wanted to open them. But still, not a bad set of football cards, especially for the time period. Got some good players in there. Worked out pretty good. All right, who's ready for some football? I'm always ready for football. I don't just need the cards to get me in the mood for football. It's the whole gambling aspect and stuff to do on Sunday afternoons. But I'm ready even more so now that we got through those. Let me remind you to head over to tcdb.com. You can help support the Retro Network by supporting those folks. You can get a free account so you can go in and leave comments and stuff on all these different cards you can find there. Also, stop over at theretronetwork.com, our central hub for all things Retro Network, pop culture past and present. Check out the Retro Network podcast channel on your favorite podcast app. We got podcasts covering 90s comic books, 90s wrestling, 80s wrestling, movies from the 90s. Jason and I cover all topics retro and nostalgia on the Retro Network podcast. We got all kinds of stuff covered over there. So go into your favorite podcast app and check out the Retro Network. Probably search Retro and find a lot of our stuff. But leave us a comment here on this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this YouTube channel and ring the bell down there and get notified when new videos are coming. Until next time, I'm Mickey and I'll see you.
This has been a presentation of the Retro Network. For more great retro pop culture content, including podcasts, videos, and articles, visit www.theretronetwork.com.